am Raymond Honu. I am originally from Ghana. I'm the Chief Creative Officer of an organization called the Soronko Academy. And what we do there is we teach young girls how to code. We teach them how to build software, build websites, design, create games, and mostly just do learning through technology. So I'm going to tell you two stories, and then I'll take it from there. The one is about a girl named Patience. She's one of the girls that we work with, and we held a workshop, and she was very vibrant. She would ask questions. She would always try and understand the inner mechanics or the workings of what we were teaching her. I mean, compared to the other girls, she was just above and beyond what we expected of girls in the rural area. She was always putting her hand up, always asking questions, always inquisitive. And this is not a common behavior amongst girls in the rural areas in Ghana. They are not encouraged to explore. They are pretty much told that they need to either be in the house, you're going to be somebody's wife one day, you're going to be an amazing cook, the kitchen is the place for you. But yes, that's the general narrative. But she decided she wanted more, and she began to ask questions. And we answered her, we entertained it, and we told her that she needs to be hungry for information. 3 weeks, we left the workshop. Obviously we could not have regular classes. We came back about 3 to 4 weeks later to follow up, and Patience was in the classroom, but Patience was not asking questions. She wasn't inquisitive. She felt very shy, and we tried to understand, why are you not asking questions? Why is she all of a sudden reserved again? And eventually, after the workshop, she came up to us and she said she's having a little bit of a problem. And we asked her what was up, and she said that when she went back to school, the teachers told her that she's rebellious, that she shouldn't be asking all of these questions, that it's not a place to do this. Okay, that was what happened. So, story number 2. Okay, there's a guy. He was born in about 1830, and his son gave birth to a little baby boy who was the great-great-great-grandchild of a very, very influential woman called Yaa Asantewaa. And now Yaa Asantewaa is a great historian, a Ghanaian war fighter. She was actually a woman who led a bunch of other women to fight a war against British colonialism back in, it was about 1830. And because the men generally, the women are seen more to take care of the family and take care of the kids in that society, the children had nowhere else to go because the women were fighting, and the men were just kind of not around at the time. So this little boy had to be shipped to a different country. And obviously he was a bit, he's a bit younger, so he's now, let's say it was about 1988, he had to be sent over to Europe because he couldn't live with his family, and yeah, he could not live in Africa. And that little boy was me. And that story was completely fake. Okay. The reason I'm saying this is because sometimes when we tell stories, it's not about the story, it's about the feelings that we feel when the story is told. The first story was real. There really is that type of situation in Ghana. But the second story just goes to show that if you tell a story maybe in the right way, with a little bit of fiction, with a little bit of fact, it's bound to affect you in some way. And that is the how can I say, it's the experience that I experienced with 360, with using the 360 camera. I was able to create narratives and fictions that actually felt like they were real. it really made me feel as though I experienced it. And what that did was it made me make decisions, it made me think, it made me process information in a way that I would have done if I had experienced it in real life. And I decided that we should actually use this when we teach kids, because in an environment where it's difficult to look around and be inspired, we can recreate what they see, we can recreate what they aspire to. And 360 virtual space really presented that to me. I think it was Marshall McLuhan who said that the medium is the message, and 360 medium gives us that space. It gives us more than just standard definition, and the mere fact of being able to move around with the mouse, that action says that we're breaking the frame, that we're moving outside of our comfort zone, of the norm, and we're exploring possibilities that we never knew were there, but which were there all the time. So we are untapping into, the untapped potential that is there, and 360, the medium of 360, allows for that.